going to share with you on how you can get a Pottery Barn look for less. So my local thrift store, once again, has not let me down. I visited there recently and I came up with 3 different vignettes using glass hurricane jars and creating a Pottery Barn look that all cost me under $20. So let's start. The first thing I have here is this glass hurricane, and it was $1.99. And if you know anything about Pottery Barn, which most people, absolutely love Pottery Barn. I love their look, I love their simplicity, I love how everything looks really classic and really high-end and of good quality. So these hurricanes are not just typical hurricanes that you see at Home Goods. So I really scored with the look of this hurricane. And then I found this basket, which I'm not using right now for any part of my display. However, in that basket were these wicker napkin rings. And so what I did is I simply filled this hurricane with those wicker napkin rings. That whole basket was $3.99. And so now I have this beautiful, simplistic, rustic, you've got your wicker, glass, very Pottery Barnish for a very inexpensive cost, because I still have extra napkins, $1.99 for the vase, $3.99 for the basket and the napkins. And I will use that basket for something, the napkin ring holders, I'm sorry. So this is one really inexpensive Pottery Barn look that I have that I paired up with, I'll show you the hurricanes first, and then I'm going to show you the accessory pieces, and I'll do a little slideshow insert of the pictures on how I paired each one of these trios up. So the next one is this hurricane. And so once again, this is a really unique style. It has a little bit of beveled glass to it, but it also has a very Pottery Barn sort of look to it. And so what I did with this is I took stems from the Dollar Tree and I tore off each individual pumpkin. And with each individual pumpkin, I took really realistic looking leaves that were a separate bundle I got from the dollar store for $1. And then I layered them in here. This is a extremely close rendition of a Pottery Barn tablescape that I saw. The reason that this doesn't look cheap is because of the hurricane, the way that I've displayed it, and the different leaf choices that I've chosen. So by tearing apart the branches, dropping in the individual pumpkins, taking them off of those artificial looking green stems, and then really working in the natural elements of some of the burlap pumpkins and some of the, they have some pumpkins, or I'm sorry, the burlap leaves. They have some pumpkins and leaves that look very, very rustic, realistic, and expensive. And so it all depends on how you take them apart and how you display them, how they're going to look. And so I think this came out really nice. I think it has a high-end look to it, and I would never look at this and think that this was a $1.99 hurricane and a couple dollars worth of pumpkins and flowers from the dollar store. So that's our second hurricane here. The third one is I found this very simplistic taupe colored hardback book, and it was I believe $1. It was $1. And so what I decided to do is I wanted to take this little hardback taupe colored book, very natural, very much Pottery Barn style, and I tore out some of the pages, and then I simply took the pages, I rolled them up, I put a little bit of tape on them, and then I dropped them in my hurricane. You could certainly tie them up with twine if you'd like, but for Pottery Barn, this is very, very simplistic and very much a look that they would go with. I've seen very similar looks in their catalogs. So what I did is I took my hurricane and my little tote book, one of my artificial little pumpkins here, and that created such a cute little vignette because these pumpkins, again, they're so rustic looking. I'm like amazed that they came from the dollar store. So this was the other hurricane that I used and what I did with that. Then I found this wonderfully beautiful book, and it's called the Hat Book. And what this has is a lot of illustration and story behind, and the lighting might blur some of this out, but I'll hold it up as closely as possible. The story behind hats and all the different styles and how they were made. It's a beautiful book. The cover is beautiful. It was $1. So what I did is at the start of each new section of the book, they have different phrases. And this one says there. And then the one that I used in my picture frame, which was 50 cents from my local thrift store, I cut out the page that says hats. And I simply displayed it in this picture frame. Very simplistic, understated, but completely goes with what would be a Pottery Barn look. Then I took another page out of this book because throughout this book, they have different sections about how the hats are sewn and how they are processed and how they are made. And it's just really an interesting book. And at some point, I intend on actually reading it minus the 2 pages that I tore out. So this one is of a hat being made. And so I took this picture, again, in my 50-cent frame from my thrift store, and I framed it and I paired it up with one of my vignettes. And so, as you can see, I have created some extremely upscale, high-end looks on really a very inexpensive budget, because I will tell you that everything you see here was under $20. So I believe that I've really created a great look, wonderful renditions of what would be considered Pottery Barn style on a really low budget. And here at Home with Zane, that's what we love. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please leave your comments below. You can visit my website, www.athomewithzane.com. We'll look for you the next time. And remember, it's your home. Create a space you'll truly love.